I also have a Twitter banishment story involving a cactus.
What?
So, a few years ago, I can't even remember how this happened. So there's this extreme right-wing furry comedian, air quotes, called To the Ranting Griffin, and he said something horribly fascist, and somehow this gets onto my timeline, and so I retweeted a friend of mine and said, To the Ranting Griffin can go fuck himself with a cactus that is on fire.
Okay.
And about 10 minutes later, I discovered, I've been put in Twitter jail.
If I had a nickel for every person on
I was
Dr.
going to say that's literally this.
who's been banned from Twitter for telling a transphobe to fuck themselves with a cactus, I'd have 2 nickels, which is a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Doctor Who Reviews. This week, we are looking at the 6th episode of Series 2, Season 2, whatever it's called. The 2025 series of Doctor Who. There we go. That covers all bases. The Interstellar Song Contest. I can't speak. The Interstellar Song Contest. And to discuss it with me, I'm joined by my 3 co-hosts. Sadly, Kat cannot make it this week because she's ill. So get well soon, Kat. But first, to my virtual left. Did they like this episode or did they not? I don't know. They're still making their mind up. It's Freezing Inferno.
No, it's true. Jesus Christ.
And it's relevant to that. It's a Eurovision lyric. I'm a genius.
He is the master of wordplay.
I won't go that far. To my virtual right, currently sheltering from the apocalypse, it's Kachiri.
Send help.
I did say apocalypse because, again, popular opinion or controversial opinion, Eurovision peaked in 2006 when Lordi won it. We're never going to get better than that.
Remember 2006 when Eurovision was good?
And finally, our special guest, someone give that wolf a banana. It's Lena Fenrir Mactíre.
Hi, everybody.
Woo, bitches!
Banana. Bananas are good, you know.
Yeah. Again, a genuine Eurovision song was called Give That Wolf a Banana. So,
Wowza. Oh, banana.
yeah.
So, how do we feel about this fucking episode?
Oh, boy.
This episode was fantastic. Best
Yeah.
Capaldi.
Cherry loved it. I think I'm in 2 minds.
I think I like it, but it's not my top favorite of the Gatwick era.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's say we weren't trying to compare this to current events, and we were just watching the episode with no ties to anything going on in the real world. What would your thoughts of this episode be then?
9 out of 10.
I don't really know if you can do that. It's so
9 out of 10.
intertwined with that reaction, and
I hate giving like a number score, but 9 out of 10.
yeah, that's high praise. That's high praise.
But
Lux was a 10. Well was a 9.5.
I think it's a solid debut for Juno Dawson. But yeah, as Fresno has observed, it's a little hard to sort of take this in isolation.
Speaking of Juno Dawson, I mean, given the timeline of we know most of these scripts were written back in 2000, like Jodie was still Doctor when Russell T Davies were making these scripts and putting them together.
Yeah.
When did Redacted come out?
21.
Yeah, pandemic time.
More than likely, RTD reached out to Juno to see if they wanted to write a fun story about Space Eurovision, and then this came from it. Everything that's going on, we'll say this right now, in Gaza started in 2022.
Well,
There's a chance that this could be a commentary on it, but this could also easily be a commentary on Russia and Ukraine. This could easily be a commentary on American corporations and blowing up, Middle Eastern families because, terrorism. We gotta stop it.
There are a lot of reads you can put to this episode, and I agree that it doesn't map exactly 1-to-1 with this is an allegory for Palestine and you should be outraged about how badly they bungled it. But also, while it's true that they wrote this before October 7th, it's not as if the Israeli-Palestine conflict and Eurovision controversy was like a thing that popped up in the middle of filming this, and they're like, "Oh shit,"
Right. There was time for RTD and Austin to do edits of some description, and they chose not to make those edits.
But I'm trying to figure out what is directly tying this to Gaza right now.
Current context, and that's about it.
And
it's the current context.
Eurovision.
But
yeah, true. Because the controversy about Eurovision is that this year's Israeli entry, who was a survivor of the Nova massacre in 2023, the October the 7th massacre, they were being boycotted. They were being protested. At one point, 2 people tried to rush the stage during her performance. Not good. That's probably why people have decided that this is actually linked to that.
But they even filmed this in early 2024. How would they know it was going to get that bad at that point in time?
They wouldn't. But that's why people are linking it. I'm not saying they're linking it fairly, but that's why they're linking it.
No. It's just one of the things that it's hard. I'm a fan of everyone having their own opinions when it fits. You can draw your conclusions and everything, but when it's something that there's no way you can connect 2 and 2 clearly on, then it's like, are you sure you want to damage this person's idea because of something that happened after the idea?
You've just described 90% of fandom.
Yeah, I understand that, but the thing is, this sounded like they wanted to focus this more on a World War I conflict because everything about Helia was about these poppies, and when a lot of people think about conflict, especially in the UK, there's Remembrance Day when an entire species of poppy flowers got erased because of war. So you're supposed to wear a poppy on.
That's why we wear a poppy. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I mean,
you're right.
It's conflict in general. It doesn't have to be one specific conflict. It's just conflict in general. We've been in conflict for the last 500 years on this stupid planet. Anyway, sorry, my rant's over. What's up, Frozen?
I just wanted to say that the reaction to this episode should be noted because it has been extremely what's the word I'm looking for?
Polarizing.
Divisive?
Polarizing, divisive, but on fire. There are some episodes you can compare this to, but the one for now I'd like to compare it to is actually, and I know y'all are going to complain, Kill the Moon. Not because I know on this podcast, the Kill the Moon objection is less about the politics and more the egg thing doesn't make scientific sense, which we're gonna set that aside for now. That's not the point I want to make about the episode. The point about the episode I want to make is that the reaction to Kill the Moon was that people were looking at it with this very specific 1-to-1 political read saying, oh, this is a pro-life allegory, and I fucking hate it. And
it wasn't.
Not thinking in depth about what else it could represent or what, just zeroing in on this one thing and saying, they said this about it. They should burn in hell for that.
Yeah, and you're getting the same reaction now to Juno Dawson and Russell T Davies. And it's completely unwarranted.
Who I will not name, a Doctor Who fandom person who already has been pretty, shall we say, not happy with RTD2. Quit Doctor Who forever over this shit. Yelling, this is neoliberal horse shit. Try RTD and Juno Dawson in The Hague for this Zionist bullshit. I'm out.
Honestly, having seen this person's tweets about this, and I'm not going to name them because I don't want to give them the publicity. Honestly, I think what they need is help. I'm not saying that like a joke.
Genuinely, and not like harshing your vibe, not talking down to you. Touch grass, watch other media, calm down.
Yeah,
I've been there. I needed it too. I've been there. I know.
Well,
putting this shit in your heart is only gonna make you worse.
it's just not worth it, is it?
But then another way you can do to kind of stem this is think about it critically. I mean, if I get we're all critics, but was when Juno wrote this in 2022, she didn't know that there was the rising tension in Israel, of course, but there's no way Juno would have known October 7th was going to happen. There's no way Juno would have known that all this crap was going to go on Eurovision, even though Eurovision has a history of always trying to promote countries being ravaged, right? It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like.
Also, I'm pretty sure that Juno Dawson does have a record of supporting Palestine, so it seems very unfair to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Shooty Gatwa, of course, which another bit of drama, which is more speculation at this point, is that they tweeted out, Eurovision or whatever tweeted out, "Oh, hey, Israel are going to be in the thing," and then 2 minutes later, there's an announcement: Shooty Gatwa will not be announcing Eurovision.
Again, that's trying to see black helicopters whether maybe none, because he was announced as the jury spokesperson way in advance to tie into the episode, and then the official reason being personal circumstances, he pulled out, and Sophie Ellis-Bextor took his place, did a good job, gave the votes out.
Well,
I don't know for sure.
People straight up thought that it was a bit with the show, like the Doctor was going to disappear during this episode, and then that's why Shooty Gatwa can't be,
Yeah, it could have been that he actually got killed during the end of the episode, and therefore he couldn't appear.
Yeah, something like that. Because there's still all this ties to the fourth wall and all this crap going with R2D2.
I don't think without further information, you can absolutely guarantee that he pulled out because Israel qualified from the semi-final. Mostly because they were always going to qualify from the semi-final.
I'm sure, and not to be too much of a straw man here, that people who didn't like the episode did use that as a sort of confirmation bias.
Yeah, exactly. And again, if you're having a go at Shooty Gatwa, and indeed having a go at somebody else better for this, touch some grass.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly RTD and Juno Dawson who are getting the heat.
Oh no, some people would use the excuse to have a go at Sophie Ellis-Bextor, calling her a sellout to genocide. Again, she just read out the votes on a contest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's going to somehow stop a genocide. She says, "I'm not going to do it."
Social media is destroying people's brains.
It really is. Terminal online is a thing.
It's not even just social media. It's the voices being promoted on social media from certain websites owned by certain billionaires.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Anyway,
If I can just take it back a little bit to the Eurovision pastiche aspect. So this is not the first time Doctor Who's tried this.
Yeah.
There was a Big Finish audio called "Banga Boom Boom," because obviously "Boom Banga Bang" was a song by Lulu that won the contest in the 60s. This is better. This story is better because the Big Finish one is actually also a parody of Star Trek.
And it's written by a horrible person whom we shall not name.
Yeah.
Exactly. Something cactus.
and it's so sad that audiobook, that Big Finish audio is forever lost in time, never to be found.
Lost in time, like tears in rain.
What are you talking about, guys? It's literally on Spotify for free.
It's fucking weird that writer would go after Star. Specifically, I remember hearing that it is a piss take on like Dominion War era Star Trek, which like, why is why are you of all people?
It's probably most notable because Graham Garden is in it, playing a different character to who he usually plays in Big Finish.
Right.
I'm not going to spoil it for people that don't know, but he plays a much more significant role in other Big
Or
Finish
you
audios.
spoil it because we don't want people to listen to the audio story from the horror.
No. He's not that character in this audio.
He
He plays a different, more memorable character in a different audio that was not written by this author.
I don't even know who that is. So
Okay, I'll tell you after the show.
all right.
It'll surprise you.
Don't you mean I'll explain later?
I'll explain later. Yeah, exactly. Now, obviously, with this being a big space spectacle, and it certainly was, kind of thought they were going to include a lot more aliens in the crowd. Like species.
They brought back the cat people.
Are you disparaging the good name of our lords and saviors, the Dugadoos?
No, I'm going to get to the Dugadoo in a minute, but because that's an earworm.
They blew the budget on Ryland. That's what happened.
They blew the budget on Ryland's plastic surgery, yes.
Ryland's teeth.
Yeah, that's kind of the plastic surgery. Sorry, on his dental work. That man is very shiny, though. That's not even like they didn't just do that for the episode. He's very shiny.
It's a shiny fella.
I'm not knocking the guy. He's, as far as I know, he's one of the good ones, but he's on everything.
He's apparently a big Doctor Who fan because he dragged out a 2005 reference.
Yeah?
He compared himself to Cassandra.
Yeah, he did.
That's right. He did. He tweeted that out, because this is all tied into the whole arc of Earth blew the fuck up on May 24th, and apparently this random presenter survived the vacuum of space and was cryogenically frozen and is periodically brought out for Space Eurovision 800.
He does get a great line where it says, "You died. Oh, babe, that's my career summed up."
Oh my
God. And when we get to the big moment in this episode, like if you guys have not watched this episode, watch it. Because
I'm assuming they have. I'm assuming they all have.
We gotta assume they have. But
today I will click a Doctor Who review of an episode I've never seen. What? There's spoilers? Oh goodness.
Well, some people want to hear what other people think for watching. You don't know.
And if you're wondering exactly how many supporting artists were in this scene and were in the crowd, it's meant to be a crowd of 100,000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to bring up. There's a scene when the big event of the episode happens, and he's floating out in space, and he goes, "Oh, not again."
Yeah, he starts freezing.
Oh no, not again.
He starts freezing. Actually, he's not an actor, but he did a very good job of this episode. He's also in everything at the moment, and there's an advert that makes it pokes fun at the fact he's in everything at the moment. He's kind of setting himself up very, very well here. Then we get the scene that I'm sure Fresno was happy about.
Happy?
Well, we're not happy, but you get to talk about your favorite anime again. Because that shot of the crowd being sucked into the gravity field, the gravity field,
and gravity's a thing,
was insane.
Yeah,
this is where the Disney money went, people.
Boy, howdy! If I had a nickel for every piece of media I watched that had a concert that suddenly 10 minutes into the episode randomly massacres like everyone at the concert, I have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
If I had to pay every time you use that reference, I'd have about 2 by now.
Yeah, well, you can borrow out of the swear jar for knocking the CGI in Kamen Rider.
Oh, that's so generous.
I just appreciate RTD using Disney money to do unhinged things.
Absolutely, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Love it.
No, I mean, there's a reason why the last couple episodes have been more static and like central locations without that much budget. Then you watch this, and the scene, the shot of them like above the space station that they did from like the side. Holy shit!
Yeah, the Harmony Station.
that's horrifying. That is legitimately horrifying.
And we've had Doctor Who rips off alien, well, not rips off, Doctor Who X Aliens in this series. Now we get Doctor Who X Die Hard, kind of.
Kinda. I mean,
I feel like this is perhaps the one part that they could have gone further on, like make it an actual kind of Die Hard allegory, and they didn't.
actually, you know, having to use guile and ingenuity to take down the operation and stuff. Like,
I'm not suggesting the Doctor gets a gun and starts shooting people. But more like crawling through the air vents and avoiding people, and I think that's a story that could work.
If this Doctor had a gun, it would have been a massacre.
And a shorter episode.
Much shorter episode.
Just a bit.
The Doctor in this episode has been the Doctor that the fake fans have been crying that they wanted forever.
And then they complain when they get it.
Yeah, no,
You put ice in my heart.
That's a great line.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And I think it may be there forever now. Good God Almighty.
The whole scene where he is talking to Kid on that webcam, I was getting literal chills. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Freddie Fox wasn't in this very much because Kid's actually not in it very much, but he brings out the best in Gathwa here.
And the worst.
It made me think a little bit of that scene at the end of, I think it's Bad Wolf, where Eccleston gets on the video call with the dogs.
Oh, yes.
I said no.
That scene is so good. That still gives me chills to this day, that scene.
Speaking of the Christopher Eccleston finale, there's another tie to that episode in this one.
Yes, Delta Waves.
Delta Waves.
I can't believe they brought this back.
And if you really think about it, there's lots of mirroring happening here between those two episodes, because Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways is taking white British entertainment and turning it on its fucking head with in that one it's reality TV, in this it's Eurovision getting fucked with.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have and this is admittedly one of the parts where the detractors are rallying up, the mirroring between the Doctor and Kid, where they're both survivors of this destruction who had the choice to press this button and fucking kill everyone.
Yeah. On the subject of Kid and his accomplice Wynn, the fact these things are called the Hellions is really clever.
Oh, I love that name.
Yeah, because that's what Hellions literally. That's what Hellions are, like, you know, little teenage Hellions.
Which it honestly calls to mind, and especially with the way that everyone just pun unintended demonizes the Hellions in this episode.
Yeah,
it calls to mind the Sea Boys again, you know. But this time that's actually what they're named, and for better or worse.
Yeah.
But it really does feel like a pejorative at times. Like the scene when Kid invades the control booth and the little person who's in charge of the control booth is like, "Well, you can't betray me. I hired you even though you were a Hellion. You owe me." And it's like, oh, what? You're supposed to grovel at her fucking feet?
I hated that character.
Oh, thank you for treating me like a fucking person.
Yeah, I hated that character.
I mean, Hellion prejudice is just baked into this fucking society. It fucking sucks. We'll probably have a big to do about it later, but the scene where Cora reveals she's a Hellion and the guy's like, "What the fuck? I trusted you. How could you?
Yeah, but also the fact that they actually kind of subtly reveal that there's more to this than going on, because when the Doctor's asking, you know, who are the Hellions to Gary and to Mike, and they say, it says that they destroyed their own fields. Like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
It's corporate bullshit.
And then you've got Len the agent, another character I don't really like, who's sort of saying, "Oh, they've got psychic powers and they practice cannibalism, and oh, they're just terrible, aren't they?" It's like,
I mean, how many times when we grew up did we hear stories like that? Oh, the terrorists that did 9/11, they did that because they wanted 72 virgins in the afterlife.
yes, it's othering. It's othering.
Yeah,
What it
it's,
is.
it's that's we heard all these horrible stories, and actual Muslims and Iraqis and Pakistanis and even people who were just brown got demonized for the years after 2001 because that's all we heard about on the news about how horrible this society was.
Yeah,
And they still are being demonized.
I'm
but
so
also
glad
because
you
people
added-
were legitimately terrified in the wake of 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
The terrorists got what they wanted, which was terror.
and the American government helped.
Thanks a lot, George.
Thanks, George. you
Thanks,
dork.
Rush. I'm so glad you're looking up at us, Rush.
Yeah. So now, and this is a point that I will have to give to the people who didn't like the episode. It is kind of the same tired old, the fucking goddamn MCU villain trope. Oh, they're an extremist and they want to kill everyone. And we're going to ignore their very good points because they want to kill 3 trillion people. So let's stop them and uphold the status quo without questioning anything. And it's like, we just did this 2 weeks ago with Lucky Day, with Conrad fucking Clark, and destroying any legitimacy he may have had with this salient point of, oh, no, but he's just a deranged lunatic. You know, I need to take anything he says seriously. But I feel like the episode's doing something a little more clever, and more mirroring is happening with it. So the corporation that fucked up his home planet, it committed a terrible crime and then pinned it on them. It demonized the Hellions, so everyone thinks that they're fucking monsters. They drink blood, and they practice witchcraft, and they smell bad, and I would never hire a fucking Hellion, blah, blah, blah. So what Kid is doing, and it has been pointed out, practically his plan makes no goddamn sense. Why kill the fucking viewers of the Interstellar Song Contest when you could just blow up the fucking corporation, get the people who actually fucking destroyed your home? But that's not what his plan is. His plan is to use their exact tactics, their exact weapons against them. Commit a terrible crime, killing 3 trillion people, and then pin it on them so they get demonized, so they know how it feels. That's his angle.
And we've seen that angle before
Yeah?
in The Voyage of the Damned.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Matt's Capricorn's whole plan is to cause the ship to crash, everyone get wiped out, then it hits Earth and wipes that out, and the whole board is thrown in jail for mass murder. The board that ousted him. It's very similar. This whole episode is like, what if Voyage of the Damned was absolutely batshit crazy?
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
And didn't have Kylie Minogue in it.
Yeah.
They could have brought back. I'm sorry.
It's Voyage of the Damned, but everybody lives this time.
Yeah. Well, apart from the people that he shot off camera.
Yeah.
There's flashes and screens. I don't think they survived. But
Man, where's Chibnall to tell us that all those people were waiting to talk to their grandchildren at the show?
also, not just casually blowing up 2 robots' heads. Yes, love that.
Oh, that was such a that's how you knew the doctor was pissed off. He's just
Doctor, doctor, behind you, doctor. Sonic, boom.
Like it just shows that the doctor can fucking be a Super Saiyan 3 whatever level threat if you just tick off the wrong box.
Yeah.
Piss them off, yeah. Like 2 weeks ago, we were like, "Oh man, Kate would be in fucking trouble if the doctor were here when she let the shriek loose on Conrad." And here 2 weeks later, we're like, "Oh, no, maybe not, maybe not."
No. Conrad
Maybe he would have
got
joined
off
in.
Lucky. Conrad got off lucky. Now that we see
Mhm.
Well,
Kind of yeah.
he lost his arm or had his arm reattached and is in jail. Well, until Mrs. Fuller let him out. But
the doctor could have made it to where his arm just randomly falls off throughout the day, and then it's never going to be fixed. So he's just doing whatever, and his arm just disconnects. Like,
oh my god, it's Prometheus and the eagle eating his liver all over again.
Jesus.
But let's talk about a particular sequence, because after everyone's been vented into space and the Doctor's been doing something clever to save them, he tripled the Mavity field, so they're in Mavitic suspension. It's sci-fi. Just go with it. And
He made a Mavity bubble.
yeah, he made a Mavity bubble, and then he wakes up in space. He's freezing to death. But there's a confetti cannon floating completely nearby, and the Lost Jedi has entered the chat because
Excuse you.
we're
Excuse you.
forgetting someone important here.
Excuse you.
No, we're
For the
getting to
Doomsday.
something important as well, but
Excuse you. For the Doomsday has entered the chat.
I can't remember that particular.
Peter Davison is floating in the middle of space, and he's trying to get to the TARDIS, which is also floating in space. So he throws a cricket ball at the spaceship, and the recoil bounces back and gives him enough momentum to fly.
Oh
back.
yeah. Well, I was trying not to remember For the Doomsday.
It's not very good, but that sequence is
It's
memorable.
bad.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad.
It's bad. But
Bad one.
this is like the sequence in The Last Jedi where Princess Leia survives being vented into space.
And everyone was entirely normal about this.
And they were normal about this episode too. He lied lyingly. But the whole catalyst for the Doctor doing this is our first surprise return to Doctor Who. Susan Bloody Foreman.
They went there. They done it. Look at that shit.
You'd expect this in the finale if she was coming back, but no.
Well, who the fuck knows? But yeah,
Do we
surprise.
think she's in the finale, or is this a seeding for series 3?
That could either be both, but it will feel with Carol Ann Ford's age, you have to assume that they're going to resolve that soon, because if they're waiting for series 3, then
Yeah, I don't want to go
Yeah.
there, but you're right.
He looks great for 84, though.
Yeah.
84, I thought she was in her 70s.
No, well, I mean, it's been 60 years, and she was like 20-ish.
Yeah. True.
80s, yeah.
I thought she was a teenager, but I'll
Yeah,
bow
well,
to.
she's playing a teenager, but you know, she's
Oh yeah,
obviously-
it's the Waterloo
in
Road
her
casting
early
again. Yeah, got it.
yes, Rain. Everyone in my Morphin Power Rangers were 16 or 17. Definitely not.
Let's cast these 25-year-olds as teenage kids in a school. What could possibly go wrong?
things proceeded to go wrong.
I mean, Waterloo Road became a thing, so things went very wrong.
Well, yeah. Susan. I mean, what else? What do you else want to say? Oh shit! It's Susan.
She thinks she's been brought up because of fan demand,
Really?
and apparently Russell T Davies, she said, are you thinking of bringing me back? And he said, well, yes, I am. So would you like to come back? And he invited her back. So
Well, there you go.
here she is.
Aw.
We might get more of this next week or the week after, or we might not. Although I think Kachiri's point about the trying to beat the ravages of time might play a factor in this.
Well,
Speaking of, I just got the reason why we were a little delayed today, behind the scenes stuff here for the listeners. I went to go see Final Destination Bloodlines, which also has an elderly actor in it that passed away shortly after they finished filming.
oh,
And you could tell that part of the reason why they wanted to make that movie was because they knew they didn't have
Are you allowed to say who it is, or is it a spoiler?
Tony Todd. Tony Todd's in the movie.
oh,
And everyone knows
Oh!
Tony Todd's in the movie.
right.
Well, I didn't, but
Well, it was all over the marketing stuff.
I mean,
But
he's in all the Final Destinations, as I recall.
well, no, he skipped a few, but he came back for 5. but it's I'm not going to say anything about his character in the movie, but he's in there.
Yeah. So it was good that they got to bring him back one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rip and
We have a couple of interesting side characters, supporting characters in this. We've got Cora Sembavier, am I pronouncing that right?
The best side character, IMO.
And also the unambiguous with the gay duo, Mike and Gary.
I like these fellas.
They literally say they love each other.
Well, because they're gay. They're part of it.
They're a gay couple. They are.
What I'm saying is it's not ambiguous with the gay, it's unambiguous with the gay. That's the whole point.
No, I know. Yeah.
I think Gino Dawson serves these two well.
They're
Because-
I like these kids.
Outdoor Interview Doctor was a bit weird and out of nowhere, but it serves the purpose of getting the whole, restoring everyone to life thing getting going.
I like that they don't fast track it. They really had to do that 100,000 fucking times.
No, not even fully 100, because there's I love this whole series of events. Like, if I had someone that could change this into this. If only I had some, thus playing every single side character into
Yeah, justifying why they're in the narrative, exactly.
And they ended up turning. So yeah, they had to grab them 100,000 times, but they didn't have to do that cryopod thing 100,000 times.
Okay.
Yeah, they turned the booth into a restoration booth.
Mm-hmm.
And neat touch. It's either Cora's booth or the Doctor and Belinda's booth. I mean, they're all the same, the pods, so it doesn't really make much of a difference.
They're good
But
kids.
every character had a purpose, and every character had their moment, which is really rare. In
apart from Nina, because Nina sucks.
Do you know, Dawson, why couldn't you have written for the Chibnall era? You could have given Yaz something to do.
There are people that are calling for it to be the next showrunner. I'm not sure I would go that far, but it's a good debut.
I mean, Redacted was widely received.
That's pretty good.
And if you just ignore the fact that people are trying to put this square peg into a round hole.
I was going to say they're trying to bang a square peg into a round hole.
Yeah, with what's going on in the real world, which, I mean, yeah, no, it's a horrible thing, and I will say right now, I stand for can we stop killing regular people? Can we just stop killing in general? But
yeah, exactly.
Just fucking say it. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Yeah.
I mean, free Palestine, but I'm not going into the whole specifics of that because it's not.
We don't need to go into. We don't need to read out our manifestos or nothing.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. This is a podcast about Doctor Who. It's not about political. Horrible politics.
Okay. I'll put my 50-page leftist manifesto down.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, kid.
3 weeks later, some sort of Interpol picks up Fresno, and all of a sudden there's just a Reddit manifesto and a 3D printed gun. Just out of nowhere.
Oh my God, no, no! Can I even include that?
Christ alive! I'll just say to the guy, have you actually read this? You realize it's just a bunch of mirror puns, right?
So the agent's just like got the shots away first. Tell us the significance of the word reflect. It's the word reflect. What are you talking about? I like Cora's mini arc here that they include.
Yeah, this is really good, and this is perhaps where you get the strongest. Oh, this is not a one-to-one Palestinian allegory.
It really isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because hey, I don't know if you know, kids, but Juno Dawson's a trans woman, and she just might have put some of her own lived-in experience in this episode with these characters.
Gee, what a concept, Frez.
You know, look back at that scene again where she reveals who she is, and the manager or whatever is, oh my God, I can't believe you kept that from me, and then you were different.
This
or it's the fear that a lot of trans people have when they get into, more intimate situations and stuff comes off for reveal, and
Well, I mean,
Courtesy of a username Missy over on Blue Sky. I give you that.
Hey, that's the same Missy that just followed me today.
This is
the same
oh my
Missy-
god!
This is the same Missy I keep telling that I'm part of a podcast for whenever I'm like talking about their points on both Threads and Blue Sky, and they never acknowledge me.
Well, and now they followed me. Now we've gotten in.
But this is why this is not Kablam. This is very much why it's not Kablam. Cora is why it's not
No,
Kablam.
it's not fucking Kablam.
We're not going. The system isn't the problem. No, the system is the problem.
No, look, if it was Kerblam, the only Hellions we'd see would be Kid, maybe Win, the violent revolutionary leftists. The fact that we even have Cora's perspective at all proves that this is much improved over Kerblam.
But by the way, they probably are not. But I'm actually choosing to believe that Kid and Win are references to Diamonds Are Forever.
Oh my god!
I know it's Kid and Wint, but close enough.
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
but-
Kid and Win are also names for goat, like Spawn.
Well, that too, yeah.
The whole
Kid.
songs, but
And the fact that he's called Kid because he doesn't have a name because his mother was shot before she could name him. Oh my god!
Jesus Christ. Okay, so here's the thing. This episode is not, Kerblam. This episode, how shall I put this? This episode's closest analogy to how tangled up its politics are and how goddamn unsure I am of where I stand on it is the Zygon inversion.
Yeah, that speech at the end.
That speech at the end, which to this day, I cannot decide if that is, this brilliant takedown of this needless, violent, revolutionary aesthetic that doesn't have a clear plan, or if it's, talking down to you. Oh, do you not have a 50-step plan for societal change? Well, you're just a big baby then. I cannot decide where it stands, and it lives in this weird nebulous gray area in my head. Capaldi acts the hell out of that speech, don't get me wrong, but politically, I cannot pin it down, and I feel the same way about this episode. Politically, I cannot pin it down.
I think that speech is a de-escalation because Bonnie survives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Kachiri.
I was going to say, I feel like in a different circumstance, like if the doctor met Kid before any of this was going down, the Kid was telling the doctor about what was going on Helia, like it would have been a Valangas situation. There would have been a great vineyard where the corporation stood.
I would have liked for them to take down that fucking corporation. More could have been done. Even a couple of lines. Like I said, this is trouble. This feels like a trouble production that really needed a little tiny bit of smooth over to iron things out. But it doesn't have that, and we're left with something that's a bit messy.
It's a fantastic episode.
I'm very glad that you like it.
I think it'll work better as a book.
Maybe.
That's going to be interesting when they make that into a book.
Maybe it'll be like the reverse mirror of Kerblam, where the book made Kerblam worse. The Interstellar book could make it better.
Yeah. Let's hope so. But yeah, the book made Kablam worse somehow.
Thanks, Mactíre.
Did he actually write it, or?
Yeah,
He did,
Mactíre wrote it.
yes.
He put in that shit with, Seven and Ace are in this book, and they know about Kerblam, and they know jack shit about it.
Yeah. Not great. Then we have we've already talked about the Palestine and the Gaza thing, so I don't want to go into that again. I'm just kind of resetting my notes here because we kind of went all over the place, but that's fine. That's the nature of discussion. That's absolutely fine.
This podcast goes wildly off tangent. It doesn't stick to the game plan.
Oh yeah, the Dark Doctor scene. Oh,
yeah. This
boy.
is okay. So this is fucked up. This is absolutely fucked up. This is not, a fist pumping. Yeah, take that. This is Time Lord Victorious territory. This is fuck. This fucker's gone too far in his hubris.
You know it was going to go too far when he was like, "Oh, you were planning on killing 3 trillion people. How about I do this 3 trillion more times?"
yeah.
Yeah. I I really am surprised that nobody leaped in and tried to stop him. Like, where's Belinda on this? Why is she not yelling, "Doctor, stop! What are you doing?"
Well,
She did.
Wynn was screaming at him to leave him alone. Nina was doing nothing because why is she here? Belinda eventually enters when the doctor is beating the hell out of the kid. And she does try and tell him to stop. And it's actually Susan that gets him to stop.
No, he was ignoring Susan. He was ignoring, like, Susan was telling him to stop. This isn't you. And you saw him force Susan out of his mind.
Yes.
They're, again, talking about how this is a bit of a... There absolutely should have been more pushback from this for Belinda. They kind of just... Because Belinda has a wonderful bit of acting where she's like, "Oh my God, I don't know where in time and space I am. I'm fucking stranded. And this guy, I liked him and he's fucking dead. Oh my God." You know, and and she's relieved to see him again, see that he's alive. And it sort of ends on a happy hugging note. "Oh, the doctor, you're wonderful." It probably should have had a bit more pushback considering that scene. I agree with the detractors there. It probably should have had some consequence. And I know I don't like pushing the can down the road saying, "Well, maybe the finale will have a little spikiness to go." There probably should have been something. There should be something there.
I think this is a consequence of being 8 episodes only.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we had 13 to play with, there would probably be more emotional stuff going on. But Davies is already having to do a lot of compression because he doesn't have all the episodes that he had 20 years ago.
Yeah, and that's the downside of this new era.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this season has been nothing but bangers, though.
Oh, agreed.
It has.
When the Robot Revolution is your weakest episode so far, you're doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's just because it was a bit more traditional than the others, but it's still not a bad episode by any means. It's actually really, really good. It's just like everything that came after it is better than it. So
it is lower on the ranking for me. I haven't made a definitive ranking.
something had to be ranked last, didn't it? And at the moment, it's Robot Revolution. About given Russell T Davies' track record with finales, it might be the Reality War.
But an Empire of Death is good, and I will defend it.
I think again, Legend of Ruby Sunday is really good setup for a finale that never happens quite how you expect it to.
Okay, so I feel the opposite because I hate those fucking finales that are just like all set up anticipation. And to RTD's credit, I think he realized this because instead of devoting episode 7 to the Breathless South, and then here you go, kids, here's your baddie. She's just fucking here in the post credits. Deal with it.
The mid-credit scene again, Marvel called.
Hello, Disney money.
We'll get to that character in a moment. Because I promised you that I had another alternative idea for how there could have been another way for the Doctor to stop Kid.
Hello, Warriors of the Deep. How you doing?
I'm thinking of I'm thinking that and it might have also involved Wynn, but basically the Delta wave goes up, but instead of actually killing everybody, it takes advantage of the fact that the Hellions are psychic, and it shows them the truth about the massacre.
But they know the truth about the massacre.
Yeah, but directly projected into their brains, so they can't ignore it.
Do they know? Because like they said, it's like the Hellions, they destroyed their own planet.
No, I thought you were talking with Kid and.
Yeah.
Well, Kid could have done it. The Doctor could have changed the Delta wave so it did that instead.
Sorry, I misunderstood who was going to see the truth of the massacre.
No, the 3 trillion people. The 3 trillion people.
Yeah.
That he was going to kill instead. I thought that was going to be like the fake out. It's like, I'm going to kill these people. No, I'm going to show them the truth. I'm going to kill the society, but I'm not going to kill them. But no, it's just he's a terrorist.
Yeah.
I think Wynn has some sympathy, I think, from the audience, but Kid is a terrorist. And that's why him being tortured, yeah, all right, it's a survivor of a genocide, and that is pretty messed up.
Well,
but also...
The thing is, it's more... It goes back to hurt people. Yeah. I think it's more the insult of what Kid was going to do because he was hurt. That's why the Doctor,
And also, the Doctor thought he'd lost Melinda, and then found out he hadn't. And he was also channeling the rage of losing all the Time Lords, although he hasn't.
Well, no, they're gone again. Don't forget, they're gone
No,
again.
no, they're gone, but not all of them.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, there's
There's at least two out there now, other than the Doctor that we know of. There's at least two. What else is there? Yeah, the once Kid is beaten and defeated and taken away with Wynn to the Justice monolith. That doesn't sound good. And then we bring the crowd back. We get to play Bucks Fizz Making Your Mind Up, which won the contest in 1981. It's the famous song where they rip the skirts off mid song.
Oh my.
It's two boys and two men and two women, and the women rip the skirts off halfway through the song, and it probably won the contest because it was different and original at that time.
Well, there you go.
And now other Eurovision acts copy it because, of course, they do. Then we get the big emotional. Well, it's kind of like Rings of Tennis in the long song, but it's chorus song.
Ooh, I didn't think of that comparison, but
because Ryland says the contest is kind of null and void because we nearly all perished in space. But there is one song we want to hear tonight, and this again is why this is not Kablam.
yeah,
This is the corporation getting its comeuppance. You don't see it on camera,
yeah.
but
I
this is
can
the change that the society needs.
Okay, there's a lot to talk about this. If I may go into my little rant,
You may. Also, we're going to bring up the anime again, but go ahead.
I know. I'm not just going to do that. Okay, so detractors of this episode will say that this is not realistic in any sense of the word. That, it's a very cynical, realist way of thinking where, these people who have been fed these lies, they won't change their minds because one lady of a race that they already hate sang a song that sounded kind of sad. And, there's the complaint that it's typical RTD maximalist emotion where slow clap and then everybody clapped. Oh, and then Hellion bigotry was solved forever. That's the complaint. Now, how shall I put this? I understand being realist. I understand that in real life, a Palestinian can't go on stage in Eurovision and sing a sad song and everyone instantly is like free Palestine. I understand that the real world doesn't work that way. But God damn it, I'm an idealist. And I like it when fiction can show that things can be fucking better, If that makes me naive, that's not realistic at all, then so fucking be it. Better to be that than to be cold-hearted, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
let's talk about why.
Yes.
Go ahead. So let's talk about why this moment particularly resonated with me. Let's talk about my favorite anime of all time, Senki's that show, Symphogear. Symphogear is a show all about how music and song can help us as human beings learn to understand and connect with each other. Music can transcend the boundaries of language, those barriers that keep us apart, the boundaries of clashing ideologies. It can cut through all that and just help us understand each other, join hands, and create a better future for each other. We can look at things with unflinching optimism and say, hey, I know you're hurting. I know you want to destroy everything because of how you see the world, but it doesn't have to be this way. And so Korra, using her song to inspire everyone, that beautiful song that isn't translated, and you get those flashes of Helia burning, but the poppy's still growing, which I take as nature is healing. Helia will survive. Helia is strong. Helia is resolute. We will not go down. And to have that wash over the crowd, and the first person to clap, and this is a really smart move, isn't the Doctor or Belinda taking their views on society inspiring. It's Gary. Gary, who is the self-admitted biggest fan of the Interstellar Song Contest. Gary, who's ingrained in this culture, who's a part of this culture, who he hasn't shown any Hellion bigotry, but he's still a part of this system. He is the first to applaud Korra the Hellion for sharing her song. He's the first one to connect to that song and inspire the wave of connection that goes through. Is it unrealistic? Yes. Can you solve the Hellion bigotry with one song? No, but it's a start. It's a start, and I can imagine a better future for Helia thanks to this. And it would be great if it was depicted on screen. It would be great if we had a line about, oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to go blow that fucking corporation up, and this capitalist society is going to end like a villain guard. Banana groves all around. The wolf gets a banana. It would be great if all that happened. It didn't happen. I can headcanon it. I can believe because I am an idealist. If that makes me naive, so be it. Mic drop.
Firstly, well said with the mic drop, but also, I think had we not had to take some more time to address the overall story arcs of the series, you would have got that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only a certain amount of time for the episode to run. Speaking of which, by the way, this episode flew by. It felt like it had been on for an hour, and it was like 30 minutes.
Wow.
In a good way, like I thought, oh, when you're really enjoying something, you think it's not been on for a very long amount of time. It's like, oh wow, no, it's been on for like 30 minutes. Dear God, yeah, I think you're right. Again, I think if Julia Dawson had a chance to include those scenes of the corporation being taken down, I think she would have done. Maybe I'm being too charitable towards her, but that's how I choose to see it. But then we do have to get to the plot stuff. So firstly, the Doctor admits he went too far, which is very important.
Should have been a little more pushback, but I said that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Linda more than him, but yes.
Yeah.
And then Graham Norton shows up.
Graham Norton ruining Doctor Who for the third time.
Be nice, he's all right here.
He's good here. He's good here, but you know what I mean.
He's officially in an episode as opposed to being unofficially in 2 episodes.
Unofficially ruining 2, you know.
Yeah.
Third time's the charm, Graham.
He poked fun at the fact that he ruined the dramatic cliffhanger of Time of the Angels.
Yeah.
The Time of Angels, because he had his little character get shot by a Dalek.
Beautiful. Yeah, happy now.
Yeah. So I'm in my way to debut in Doctor Who. I appeared as man ruining the end of the episode.
He also was in the very first episode of Doctor Who originally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quite accidentally, because it was a technical fault or something, and you could hear his audio from the show.
The first time we could hear him, the second time we could see his animated avatar, and now we combine the two, and here he is as a hologram.
Great. Oh, what wonderful things does Graham Norton have to say? Oh, that planet Earth is fucking disintegrated on May 24th in 2025.
Nobody knows why. It also it's like, I saw my likeness before my death, so I'm long dead. Oh well.
Yay. Gotta love that corporation, huh?
And Belinda fangirls over both Ryland and Graham Norton. and from then on, it's just like full steam ahead, into the TARDIS, cloister bells going off, alarms are going off, lights are flashing, the doors explode.
Oh no!
Oh, that's not. Oh no! Oh fuck! The silence are at it again. You're gonna crack the entire universe in half.
I think just the doors explode this time. I don't think it's the entire TARDIS.
It causes bad things to happen. You dipshits.
Also, they're sentient.
Also, they're fucking sentient. Cat, we love them.
I imagine losing the doors was kind of painful for it, but we then go straight from that to the credits. But then.
Okay, Rain.
This is my moment.
This is you. This is all you.
This is my moment. So we've been speculating. I mean, one person in particular here has been speculating. Link to YouTube video below.
Here's how Mactíre can still win.
About who?
I did say that what we know right now could have happened. Remember, he said the thing.
He said the thing.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been speculating who Mrs. Flood is, why she keeps appearing in different guises. We now get a little bit of a reveal on that, but I think that's more for next time for Wish World. Wish World, not Witch World. Next time, Doctor Who.
Lena would be happy with Witch World.
Next time on Doctor Who, the third level of Banjo Tooie. I know that's witchy world. It's a joke.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Rain.
Must be the season of the witch or something. Anyway, yeah. Speaking of good times, the last person to be saved from freezing in space is Mrs. Flood. Only they weren't quite quick enough, and her brainstem froze. But she's a time lady.
Double brainstem.
Yeah, so she's a
double
time
brain.
lady, double brainstem, because 2 brains, she's that clever. And then the energy comes up. It's like, I suppose she's in famous last words. How about let battle begin? But it's not her voice. Archie Panjabi is in Doctor Who. And Archie Panjabi is playing the goddamn Rani.
It's Rani, dumbass!
The meme is dead.
So that wasn't Kate Mara saying "Let the battle begin," or
That was Archie Panjabi.
okay? I thought the reason why he sounded so weird was it was a callback to one of the previous.
No, she never said let battle begin as far as I know.
That's right, kids. This was the secret 4th episode of Ronnie Watch the entire time.
So this reveal does mean that technically now the Rani's first episode back was actually Church on Ruby Road. We just didn't know at the time. But there had been speculation that this was the Rani. I've also said, if sometimes it's good to give people what they expect. Doubt on that, but I'm happy that this is the way they've done it.
Well,
because
I will reserve judgment until later, but I want to point out some things. First, the rather cheeky point that the last time both Susan and the traditional Ronnie, not counting Mrs. Flood, appeared in an episode of Doctor Who was Dimensions in Time.
Yeah.
Oh, you went there, didn't you?
Like you said, Secret Focus of Ronnie Watch the entire time.
Oh.
Secondly, there is a mild bit of disappointment in me that this is just, it's a predictable answer. Because my personal read on Mrs. Flood, apologies to Kachiri, was that she was part of that fourth wall break. She was sort of like a Greek chorus sort of entity. And we would get the more of that meta shit. I kind of like that. But, well, I'm interested to see where this goes. Because one, it's RTD writing her, so she's going to be like the campiest camp whoever camps. And two, if they do anything interesting with the fact that she's an amoral science genius, instead of just, we have Michelle Gomez from Timu.
Give me the Rani taking down the gods. Because they're all about science and logic. Please give me that.
Yes, please.
We'll see what happens.
I know we kind of did that with the Barber already, but
well, so when R2D brought back a Time Lord last time, we got a full-on backstory on them. Like we found out why the Master is the Master.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's to say that RTD doesn't do that again?
absolutely.
Sure.
But going back to the Ryan, because this is a big deal. This genuinely is a big deal.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we almost got this in Series 5, kind of.
Really?
Because
Really?
Russell never said that had he continued writing the show for Series 5,
Okay.
the big villain would have been the Rani and would have been played by Scottish actress Ruthie Henschel. So he even had a casting in mind for it.
That's neat. I think I like
Yeah.
what we got better.
Then of
So do
course,
I.
we had the big finish Rani audios, which unfortunately Kate and Mara died before she could be in them.
Mhm.
There had been an agreement that she was going to star in them, and it was a she was delighted that she was going to be in it, and she actually wanted to appear on the show again, despite the fact she was like in her 80s at this point. So I can still go, and then sadly she passed away. But they replaced her with Siobhan Redmond on the Rani Elite. That was the name of the audio book, the Rani Elite.
I remember that being adequate.
And then 10 or 11 years later, here's Archie Panjabi, phenomenal actress. If you've seen The Good Wife, for which she won a Primetime Emmy Award, you know how good Archie Panjabi is as an actress. If she brings a tenth of that to the Rani, I'm here for it. I'm gushing, I don't care.
It's the Ronnie, dumbass. You can luxuriate in this, Rain.
The meme is finally dead.
Rain, Ronnie, Ray. I changed the letters. You can't spell Ronnie without Rain.
Flood comes after the rain.
Rainbows?
The flood comes after the rain, and the only water in the forest is the river. Alex
Yes.
Kingston confirmed back for Doctor
Also,
Who.
also the fact that Anita Dobson is sticking around to be her sort of subservient dog's body.
Also, it also kind of leaves credence to, I think, Mrs. Flood was under the Fob Watch, the Ark originally.
We
And then-
may see her open it in Wish World. Yes.
Yeah. So like, go back to church on Ruby Road, and boom, she opens the watch like while
Well, the Master survived the Time War by running away and hiding his consciousness in a fob watch. Who said the Road didn't survive the Master's massacre by doing the exact same thing? We'll find out hopefully in the next 2 weeks. But I am excited for this just because of the actress. I don't care if I'm biased.
It's the fucking Ronnie.
When she was announced as being she was going to be playing a villain in Series 2, I thought that's great. But the clever thing about this is by putting Mrs. Flood out there and thinking, okay, that might actually be the Ronnie, might it? You don't think, but the Ronnie could also be Archie Panjabi.
By generation, baby.
And now we've got a sub and a Tom relationship. Confirming Doctor Who.
Rain. You think this is an RTD script, not a Stephen Moffat script.
Well, he could have taken some inspiration from his good friend Stephen Moffat.
I doubt that.
I'm excited. God damn, I'm excited.
He's excited for the Ranny.
I know I shouldn't be, but I am.
Let that lizard fan brain get some dopamine.
Yes.
Haha, funny serotonin go brrr.
Whether or not he handles it better than Sutek, I can't say, but
Oh, what? Like what? Like good?
and again, the way that they set Sutek up was phenomenal. If you know that you can forgive the whole it was the wrong anagram. Well, that's not an anagram. Susan Technology is not an anagram of Sutek. It's a shortening. It's a play on words. It's not an anagram.
It's wordplay. I mean,
it's wordplay, and this may be kind of wordplay as well. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited.
I like that we did this big reveal now instead of 45 minutes into Wish World spinning our wheels.
Exactly. This is more like a prequel to Wish World than like the end of Interstellar. I can't say it.
It's the same vibe of it's Yana. It's basically
Well, it
Yana
worked then, so
over
why
again.
not again? Why not?
Remember 2007 when the show was good?
Quiet you. But what do we think overall about this episode, starting with our special guest, Lena?
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to say I liked it, but like I said at the beginning, I don't think this is my top favorite Gacha story. I think that's Story in the Engine.
It's really good.
Okay, which one of you wants to go next then?
I've already said my thoughts. I've thoroughly enjoyed this episode. This was easily my favorite of this season.
Fair.
High praise. All right. I suppose I'm gonna have to put a flag down one another. It's good, not great, but neither is it, an affront to human rights where the writers and everyone involved should be fucking fired and tried for war crimes or any hyperbolic shit like that. It is messy. It is tangled and messy, and it really could have used some polish and some production, and definitely, a once over during the production once, world events became clear. I know that didn't happen when they wrote it, but it was happening while they were making it, so something could have been done.
But then they never were made this episode, because if it wasn't Ukraine, Russia, if it wasn't, Gaza and Israel, it would have been, we just had it in India. conflict that lasted all of 3 days? Would that have been the thing?
I can't answer those questions, but all I can say is it's tangled, it's messy, it's not everyone's favorite. In fact, people fucking hate it. There are people who love it. It is on the lower end of season 2 for me, but neither do I completely condemn the shit out of it. It has its good, it has its bad. Fine.
And I think I'm also leaning on the side that it was actually really good. Not my favorite, because Story in the Engine, Lux, and The Well all exist in this series.
Yeah,
but
still, top 3 for me is still Lux, Story in the Engine, and I cannot decide between the other 3, honestly.
That's fair. But I thought they did quite a lot with the song contest vibes, though they could have gone further. I think it's a strong debut for Juno Dawson, despite what people are saying online. The negativity is astounding to me, because from both sides of it as well. I mean, you've got the extreme pro left people that are decrying this as a crime against humanity, but then you've also got the right wing people who are like, the show is dead forever, and she seems to have managed to piss both of these crowds up, which piss up? No, piss them off. She got both of these crowds drunk. No,
if you piss feet in the air without getting wet, you'll get no money down.
Shove it up your ugly ass. I love the fact people thought that was real. It's actually a parody, but it's so good that it could be real.
It is basically just used car announcers having a laugh.
Yeah, because there's an actual advert with the actual announcers doing a proper car advert.
Big Bill Heavens.
No, but
anyway, continue.
Just I think that you can interpret whether it was clunky with its handling of current events, but again, as Katrina's pointed out, it didn't know about the current events at the time it was written. I don't know. I think it's strong. I'd like to see Juno Dawson come back, honestly, but that's just me. Mm-hmm. Whether she doesn't after the reaction to this episode, I don't know. If she doesn't, it's a shame.
She's also a Doctor Who fan. She knows what reaction she was going to get. Unfortunately,
I'm not sure she thought she'd be called a Zionist that should be in The Hague.
And also, not to straw man again too much, but maybe there is a kernel to the fact that she is getting a disproportionate amount of vitriol, and that she is a trans woman online.
I was going to get to that as well, but yes, yes. But next time we don't get a trailer. But next time the finale begins with Wish World.
I like that I have no goddamn idea what's going to happen, save that, oh no, the Ronnie will be in it.
Well, so the Doctor Who social media has already spoiled a few things.
I don't know it, and I don't want to know it. Thank you.
Yeah, there's also a clip at the end of Doctor Who Unleashed this week, which showed a brief scene, and if you don't know anything about it, it doesn't give anything away because it just makes no goddamn sense out of context. So I'm not going to talk about it.
That's how Unleashed usually is. Here's 5 seconds from the episode.
I'm not going to talk about it because it looks cool, but I don't know what it means. So,
but avoid the internet for the next 2 weeks.
I've been doing that already, to be honest with you. I've fallen out of love with social media.
Mood.
There's just so much negativity and hatred in it now. Maybe there always was. I just wasn't seeing it. Yeah, and all right. I try to be a positive person. I can't help it, but there have been times where I've had to go. That's enough Twitter for today. That's enough Blue Sky for today.
I mean, there's been fucking people saying Doctor Who is going to end every year since Matt Smith's taken over.
The fact that this is the straw that broke the camel's back for some people. Are you kidding me?
No. It's every week that the straw breaks the camel's back. And it's the same people who said that they're never watching again because this has broken their back.
You sat through Kablam, you sat through the Battle of Rancid Ascolon, you sat through Flux, but this is the straw that breaks your back.
Yeah, I mean,
Give me a break.
it's extremely.
But the thing is, those people are going to be back. Oh, Wish World and the fucking bullshit that causes Belinda to die in it is the straw that breaks my back now.
I was going to say that again. We're not going to promote them, Frez.
I'm not saying his name.
But what's the betting that they will return for Wish World and just rant about that as well?
I do not think they will return for Wish World, but I will say, as of my sporadic check on the Bird site, just going through my regular feed, they're still tweeting about how mad they are about Interstellar Song Contest.
Of course they are.
I haven't quit Doctor Who forever yesterday.
I bet they come back for War Between the Land and the Sea.
I was going to say that.
Oh.
And then I remember who was in this podcast and I thought, I won't do that. I won't do that. But we don't know what's going to happen with Wish World, and that's the best feeling in the world, actually. I'm trying to remember, was there a trailer for episode 7 in series? Yes, there was. It showed a bunch of Susan Twist. Yeah, you're right. But we don't get that this time. Good. Waiting for someone to say something to me.
Something.
Good.
If only someone can tell us where they can find us lovely people.
Thank you, Kachiri. Well done for doing your job.
I didn't know you were done.
There's so much to talk about. We don't have a trailer,
and also I did a callback to the episode where he was like, if only there could be someone that does this and this.
I got that as well. Well done.
He said the thing.
Yeah.
10 points. So you can find us other people on Blue Sky in the links below. Normally, I would plug some books at this point. What?
What's going on?
We didn't bring it up.
No, that's me not showing the thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
But it's also a plug. You can find us on the Kamen Rider podcast. Where we're
There you go.
Half of Kamen Rider Hibiki.
Hibiki, yeah.
I want to plug my Patreon. Can I plug my Patreon?
Absolutely.
No.
Yes.
No, go for it.
Okay, so if you want to back me on Patreon, which you should, you can do so at patreon.com/CasterWolfLena.
Give Wolf money.
Give the wolf money.
And a banana.
And a
But
banana.
mainly money.
Potassium. Potassium is good for you.
And I'm going to start a fight between exactly half of this podcast. Provel cheese.
No.
Provel.
No.
I like Provel.
Nope.
Provel
Nope.
is good.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
It is.
Leave me out of this. I'm Switzerland. I'm Switzerland in this.
Like, no. One things we gotta do is eventually get everyone here to St. Louis and have them decide Prevail or no Prevail.
Dude, I'm not going to America yet.
Well, first we have to make sure they don't get, deported by.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to America yet.
Yeah.
I've said some things about the president online.
No, and I haven't.
Yeah, but you live there and I don't. So.
Oh no!
Listen.
If I just randomly disappeared, you know what probably happened.
It's easy for them to just deport the people that are critical that don't live in that country.
No, they just said that they're going to think about getting rid of habeas corpus, which means even citizens will be just disappeared.
We're living in a nightmare hellscape.
Just let me get to Massachusetts for 24 hours and then.
Normally, I would plug some books at this point, but I think one of the authors is literally on the podcast. We should let them plug their own book.
Okay, you can buy Shadow of the Gallifreyan.
God damn it!
Wait, shit.
You knew that's where he was going to go.
Please go ahead, Lena.
Lena, plug your book.
Yes. Okay. So, Back the 11th Hour, Volumes 1 and 2, available on Amazon.com. I would highly recommend purchasing them. I have no idea when Volume 3 is going to come out, but I hope it does.
I hope it does too.
I hope it does too. And then we've got Sean's book, The Tower for the Trees, also available on Amazon.com. And Shadow of the Gallifreyan Volume 1, featuring Fresno and Lena and Sean and a whole bunch of other talented folks.
how did you like Lena's story, Rain?
Again, much like with Fresno, I could tell that Lena had written it, but it was very good.
Oh, thank you.
It's good. It's good.
That was not meant to be an insult. People have a different, like their own style, and yours was written heavily in that style. So
Also, it was about
werewolf. Yeah, exactly.
You know the meme from, I think it's Police Squad, where the caption is the writer's barely disguised fetish.
Fetish. Yeah.
That
We
is
brought
me.
this up. We brought this up on the Hibiki
I can't believe
podcast
it came
last
up
time.
again.
No, it's been weird. This entire ever since the start of the year, almost every single weekend of Kamen Rider Dog Who podcast, there have been some sort of mere callback. And the thing is, we don't plan them out. They just happen.
No, they just
Lena
happen.
didn't know-
That's synchronicity, baby. That's magic.
We're not trying to force
Lena-
it. We're not
Lena
trying to
did
force
not-
it.
Lena did not know Second brought up the whole barely disguised fetish joke in that podcast in regards to the writer of the second half of Hibiki. By the way, Lena, so on Hibiki, they fired the entire staff halfway through the show. And so now we're on a new staff. And apparently we are now playing our personal games of bingo with the writer's stuff. One of them is barely disguised fetish.
Yeah,
Coincidence? I think not.
that's a paddling.
I told
Oh
you.
no, straight up, just because this is funny every time I have to point this out. When we decided we were going to watch this season,
Mhm.
I found the Google Drive link. So here's the Google Drive of all the episodes of Hibiki, right?
Oh, I love this.
I know what's coming.
I scroll down a bit. Now, see, they're still on the same writing staff here, right?
Yeah.
This is an entirely impossible thing for you, Linda. As I scroll down, I want you to tell me when the staff got fired. Just guess a number between episodes 1 and 48. Just kick a random guess when the staff got fired between episodes 1.
Is it number 29?
It's the correct answer.
No! Ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da.
And now we're copyright struck. Because Fresno's saying it too well.
Oh.
God.
Speaking of plugs, Twitch.
Twitch.tv
Twitch.tv. Mega May.
Twitch.tv/Freezing Inferno, 7 p.m. EST, Mega May. We have played Mega Man Soccer, Cutman MVP. We've played Mega Man and Bass, hard video game. Next Monday, tomorrow, I have a plan of sorts, and you will see it on the thing. Woo!
Is it going to be Battle Chip Challenge?
It is not going to be Battle Chip Challenge.
Power Fighters.
No comment.
Oh!
Spoilers.
Oh, wait. One step further. Is it the Power Fighters Neo Geo port?
No comment.
Oh my god.
Ah!
Just two Nostradamuses out here.
All right, put your crystal balls away and plug some other shit.
Aww.
Okay,
Lena, you can
my
keep-
balls
okay,
are
Lena, you
out.
can
Wait,
keep yours out.
Kachiri, ignoring all that, Kachiri, have you got anything to plug on your streams?
I did a story time about how I hung out with Doug Walker a few times.
You did?
Yeah. It's not blowing up like the Mrs. Flood video.
I think that might be because the phrase Doug Walker.
Well, I didn't even say Doug Walker, but other than that, I need to get back to streaming. I don't know when I'm going to stream. I was going to start a solo multi-world, but my mood outside of these podcasts have just been.
You need to get back to streaming. I need to get back to writing, and yeah,
Get your serotonin back up there, Kachiri. Hang in there, buddy.
I've got my novel to write. I've got trying to come up with an entry for this 13th Doctor Paul Spread Memorial Contest. Big finish.
Oh, if you guys are good doing another Doctor Who anthology, let me know because I pitched Rain a story for his big.
Yeah, and it wasn't eligible for the contest, but it's a really good idea.
Oh, you should DM me what the pitch was. I'm interested. But yeah,
Yeah,
if ever I see a Shadow of the Gallifreyan Volume 2 blog post, I'll send that your way.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think we're done here.
yeah.
If
Yes.
only there was someone that can say goodnight.
Say good night, Rain.
Thank you. Good night, Brain. And before that, I'd just like to thank our special guest, Lena, for being a great sport.
Thank you. It's always a
Lovely
pleasure.
to have you.
Yeah, please do come back in the future. And I know for one story, you are definitely coming back for in the future. It's like, if you do that, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what it might be.
I wonder what it could be.
I wonder what the 11th Doctor expert might want to do for a story.
What are you talking about? You've got the Silence Conspiracy arc theorist right here.
I didn't say which 11th Doctor specialist.
Mhm.
It
No,
could
no.
be both.
No. You said which 11th Doctor specialist?
Oh, chapeau.
I also like how you have to wait for me to say goodnight. Like, if I didn't say it, we'd just be stuck here for 3 hours.
No, if that happened, I'd just say goodnight. And I'm going to say goodnight now, so good night, folks.
I could hold the podcast hostage if I wanted.
Okay, kid.
What a rude comparison.
Hey. I can just Venice off into space with one button.
Yeah,
Okay,
you could.
Among Us.
But please don't before I finish the podcast. So thank you for watching this. I will see you next time for Wish World. Until then, bye for now.
Bye.
Lena, you should be honored. Rain vented himself into space to promote your book.
That's true.
I've hit the button now.